This is the DJI Power 1000. It is a beefy boy. Is this the best charging station in an increasingly competitive power market? Can it really charge from 0 to 100% in 70 minutes? Is it actually quiet like they say? And do the DJI drone expertise translate to their power stations as well? I know they're making vacuums too. What the freaking hell? And is the thing actually worth it if you don't own any DJI drones or if you need a power unit? Today, we're going to find out. There are links for the DJI Power 1000 down below. Click those to help support the channel. Now, from a look and feel perspective, this is the top of the DJI Power 1000. We do have the side. As you can tell, we've been carrying this around. It has two massive handles because it is heavy. If you need to move this around, it is pretty long. It's about 18 inches long here and about a little over 8.5 inches wide. On the front side, you're going to have all the power icons. We have two AC outlets, which you can power on here. We have 600, 1200 watt switch here. You can charge the device by putting power input right here. If you do have DJI devices, solar, that will go right here. We have USB-C to max 140 watts and then USB-A max 24 watts. On the sides, we have these fans to help with ventilation because this can get hot. The back is empty and the bottom has these grips, but there's really not much else on the sides. There are mounts right here. There are some UNC ports right here as well. And this thing feels high quality. It is extremely nice. It's got the black finish. The color LCD will actually display how much power it has. So if we go ahead and turn this on for you, press this button here, boom, that's the noise for it to power on. It's going to show it has 68% input watts, output watts. If I want to turn on the AC outlets, I just need to press this button now, and now it's going to show 60 hertz. These are now on, so I can plug in any charger and start using this device, which is very neat. So if we go ahead and grab this wireless charger, you can go ahead and plug it in, and now it's going to start pulling some power, and it's going to tell you the estimated time that's left with the amount of power that's being pulled. You can plug in things like Apple Watch chargers, all the shebang that you want to get this working. And the build quality is extremely well done. And then if you are a DJI drone operator or content creator, this can actually be really valuable if you need power in the field. You're traveling, you want to power Starlink, which I've done, power your DJI drones, charge them up at night. You know, you're camping, outdoor, in remote environments where you need power. This is probably one of the best things. Even when I go to an Airbnb and I'll travel, or just having backup power here in the studio in case something goes wrong, I feel like this is just like an emergency preparedness device as well. So what are the specs to know? It has a 1024 watt hours capacity. Know that you can travel with a 99 watt hours. So this has over 10 times the amount of power you can fly with on an airplane. The power output can do 2,200 watts and at a peak of 2,600 watts for 30 to 60 seconds, depending on temperature and battery. That's high enough to run most household appliances and power tools, which is insane. I do have a wired power drill, which I would use this for. And for split seconds, it can do up to 4,400 watts, like starting a refrigerator. Now in the fast mode, it can charge from 0 to 100% in 70 minutes at 1,200 watts input. Standard mode, it will do it in 120 minutes with a 600 watt input. And that's how you go ahead and change the switch right here. If you want the 600, 1,200 watts, maybe depending on your electricity charges, you can pick which route, or if you're like, hey, I know that I'm using X number of watts and I don't want to blow the circuit, you switch it to 600 watts and it'll just be a little bit slower. It is 18 inches by 10 inches by 9 inches. So the height and the depth are about the same. The width is a little over 18.6 inches. So it's pretty compact for a 1,000 watt hour capacity. And the battery life cycle gets you about 4,000 life cycles, above 70%, and then usually it'll decrease. The expected lifespan is about 10 years with daily use. It runs at around 23 decibels at 1 minute during 600 watts of standard recharge mode, and the operating temperature is ideally between 32 to 95 for charging and 68 to 95 for fast charging, and discharge between -4 to 113 Fahrenheit. Now, why did the DJI build this? It's to solve the problem for the existing customer base, which is drone operations. They need reliable, fast charging field power that can help keep multiple drone batteries charged during extended shooting sessions, and by using SDC fast charging for DJI equipment to help with ultra fast recharging times, and those are right here, the SDC. These are special proprietary ports, which you need the cables for those specific things. We talked about the USB-C, 140 watts, USB-A, 24 watts. You can get 280 watts combined if both of these ports are being used, and 48 watts if both of these. There's two AC outlets, which get you 2,200 watts total, and then the SDC can get 240 watts each. And if you're using the AC outlets at 2,200 watts, the USB ports will have reduced or no capacity available. We can turn off the AC just like so. If you're charging multiple devices, only going to maintain the maximum rated here if the entire demand is under 2,200 watts. So this will intelligently manage the distribution and it displays it on the screen right here. You can charge this device with AC wall power, so right here. solar charging with 800 watts with optional MPPT modules, which I don't have, would love to get, as well as car charging via the STC cable if you're off grid. Obviously, that's going to be much slower. There's a UPC mode where you can get power with a 0.02 second switchover. So this is protect sensitive equipment. So I could use this indoors if anything, if the power goes out in our environment. And then it can charge your Mavic 3 from 0 to 95 in 30 minutes, the Air 3 0 to 95 in 30 minutes, Mavic 3 in 32 minutes, Inspire 3 in 28 to 32 minutes. There's this display which indicates levels and all that information. It's very helpful. There's expansion capabilities. There's an expansion battery that you can purchase separately. It has automatic temperature management, and the warranty is 3 years standard warranty, extendable up to 5 years with product registration. Now, some of the downsides for the port limitations: there's 8 total ports compared to 13 plus on some similarly priced competitors like Anker, Solix, EcoFlow. I would love to test those out if those companies want to send it to me. There are build quality concerns, so if it drops or impacts, some people have had long-term durability issues. Intermittent AC output issues. DJI has released firmware updates. Just make sure you update this thing. Solar charging requirements. It requires the DJI solar panel adapter module, the MPPT, which is another $200 which adds to the cost. While third-party panels work, using non-DJI equipment might avoid the warranty. The car charging performance is only 25 watts despite a 100 watt rating. So it could be 14 plus hours to recharge this via the car. So it's really only helpful for an emergency. And then the fast mode requires 68 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit and a minimum 60% battery to achieve the maximum 1200 watt input. Real world conditions might vary, and there's limited emergency features, no built-in flashlight, SOS mode, or emergency lighting features, which would, you'd like to see in some kind of power device like this. And then the proprietary ecosystem. So you're kind of locked into that STC fast charging. Without DJI equipment, you're paying for premium price for those limited ports. So I don't have STC, so these are kind of useless to me. This is $700. I do have sales that go on, but compared to the Anker Solix C1000, that's $800. That has 13 ports, so it's more. The Jackery Explorer 1000 V2 is $780. Similar features, but slower charging. And then there's the Blue Yeti AC 180, which is $500. More power. It's a budget alternative. The EcoFlow Delta 2, which is $800, 1,024 watt hours, which is a very established competitor. So keep in mind those hidden costs of extra cables, the SDC components, the solar panels, the car power cable, replacement costs. But overall, is this thing worth it? I would say it's definitely worth it if DJI drone operation is your priority. You need ultra fast charging, quiet operation. That's huge. You want quiet operation. And then it's likely not worth it if you just want something for backup power, emergency backup power, or maximum versatility. It's kind of limited with the 8 ports. It lacks emergency features, and the premium pricing makes competitors like the Anker Solix C1000 or the Jackery Explorer 1000 V2 a lower price but better value for non-DJI users. So who should buy this? DJI drone operators, content creators who need fast power, and users prioritizing quiet operation, mobile production teams in the DJI ecosystem. If you're not in that, then you can skip it. If you need maximum ports for emergency home backup, you want the best value per dollar, you don't own DJI equipment, or you need rugged outdoor durability over fast charging. So I use this for Starlink, camera audio recharging. Is it necessary? No, I probably could go with one of the other options. I do want to test them out, but we do have the links down for this down below. So click the link to help purchase the DJI that supports this channel. Follow me on all the socials at @ShervinShares. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.